Happy Monday, and we are live on Oran Popin's Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. Simultaneously streaming on Twitter, it is at @n_health with the hashtag Clinical Monday. Welcome to it. And today, for this edition, courtesy of Oran Pop in Ehlanzeni, we are coming to you live from there. So make sure that you pop in and check them out. Also, www.popin.org gives you the behind the scenes. And I did say that we are on a journey of having conversations live with our clinicians, whatever, in one space, and we're trying to understand HIV just a little bit better. So make sure that you are here for that, and check out some other episodes that we've had so far. And today, shining the spotlight on yet another HIV-related topic, we are looking at the impact of testing. Why is testing important? Because a lot of people test, a lot of people want to understand their HIV status, they want to know where do they stand, and helping us understand this topic just a little bit better. It is Sister Benedictor Nhlapho from Oran Pop in Ehlanzeni. Good morning, Sister. How are you doing?
Good morning, V. I'm good, and yourself?
I'm great. I did say people want to understand what testing is. They want to know why should they test. In your view, why should we continue testing, and how often should we do it?
It's very much important to continue testing, because, for instance, one might be in the window period, the last time they tested. So regular HIV testing is very much crucial. And also, it also depends on the risk profile, how much at risk are they on contracting HIV. So it's very much important to keep on testing in order to detect as well, to detect very early if one is HIV infected, so that they can put on treatment.
Yeah, you're touching on the window period. For somebody who does not know what a window period is, what's a window period? Okay,
window period is a period of infection by one's already infected, but is not yet detected in the blood system.
Okay, I got you. And you know, what else should we get tested for? Because I think the focus is on HIV, but HIV is not only I want to say an infection that one can be exposed to. What else should we get tested for?
Okay, we can get tested for STIs, and also screen for TB, which is also a best friend of HIV infection, because of the weakened immune system. So it's very much important to go check, especially for STIs, because they're also, contracted, sexually. And also STIs, remember, STIs untreated, sexual untreated STIs, they also put one at a higher risk of contracting HIV.
So most definitely we need to get tested holistically. Something quite interesting I want to touch on PrEP, and to ask you why are people then put on PrEP? Because I often find, or rather see, people are saying, I've been exposed, so therefore I need to be put on PrEP, or I need something to prevent it, and they're put on PrEP. PrEP. Why are they put on PrEP?
Okay, PrEP is for post-exposure. Post-exposure prophylaxis. If one has been exposed to HIV within 72 hours, then they qualify for PrEP. So they test HIV for HIV, treatment the HIV status first, and then if they're negative, they get put on PrEP. So PrEP is a prevention, but it's post-exposure.
So when you're touching on PrEP, then why should people who test then HIV negative after that be put on PrEP? So somebody who is put on PrEP because trying to prevent the post-exposure, and then after certain maybe day 28 or day 30, then they'll be put on PrEP. Why should they be put on PrEP, especially if you find out that their HIV status is negative?
Yes, because you want to retain that HIV status.
I got you. What would then be the factors that contribute to the lack of us testing? Are people scared? Are people not, open to knowing their HIV status? Because we do have people like that. I'm full of tests. I'm like, yes, sir.
We do have people who are not open to knowing their HIV status. But mostly from my experience, it's mostly stigma.
Yeah.
People don't want to test because they fear of being stigmatized. Like if I tested HIV positive, then everyone can see that I'm HIV positive and they start treating me different.
Yeah. So it is stigma. And then possibly what would then be the interventions to that, to the people, to the reasons that people give of why they don't want to get tested?
Health education.
Yeah.
Health education, we need to educate our community, we need to educate our families. But at times, it becomes a little bit difficult because some people just don't want to be teachable.
Yeah.
So some they just don't want to, no matter how much you can try to get the information across, they are just setting their own ways. But then, continuous, health education, health talk,
then there would be best interventions. Let's touch on the benefits then of testing or the benefits of testing actually.
The benefits of testing. One gets to know their HIV status. If they are negative, then they get to get a prevention tablet prep. Then if they are already infected, then they get to be on ART. It's very much crucial to test very early because you get to know your status, you are able to at least start treatment early, while you still have a strong immune system, compared to when your immune system is already compromised and the opportunistic infections are already creeping in. And also preventing, because when you're on ART and then you become suppressed, and then therefore limiting the transmission,
Okay. I want to then talk about people then who are positive, because you're touching on not transmitting the virus. Then, how long does it take then for the virus to be managed when you've tested positive? So you test positive today, and how long does it, I don't know, maybe your immune system is already compromised, your viral load is high. How long does it take for the medication to then better manage the virus?
We expect one to be virally suppressed in the first 6 months of taking treatment. And the current treatment we're using now is very, very much effective. So in the first 6 months, we expect to see the LDLs.
Yeah. What is the current medication that is effective?
TLD.
Yes. Or TLD. It's changed now from TLD from TEE to TLD. All right. Okay, so I guess when they're then put, 6 months would be the period that you're expecting them to. And then if they don't suppress?
If they don't suppress, then you look at the contributing factors.
Okay, all right.
Whether is it compliance issues, whether is it side effects issues, it could be maybe due to non-disclosure.
Okay, we're actually going to look at non-disclosure or disclosing, when you are HIV positive to your partner, and in terms of, what would then be the benefits of that. So if you want to share in that conversation, make sure that you leave your comment in the comment section. We are live on Oran Popin's Facebook page, and like I said, courtesy of Oran Popin Ehlanzeni, we are live from the home of the rising sun in Mpumalanga. Make sure that you pop in for that and joining me for this conversation. In terms of understanding the importance of testing, is Sister Benedictor Nhlapho. I want to then touch on, should patients disclose? And I know that disclosing or not disclosing, therefore, would be a hindering factor to that would be stigma, like you touched previously. But should partners disclose? Should they disclose to their partners? Should they disclose to their immediate family? Should they disclose to friends, close setting? How important then is disclosure?
It's very much crucial. We do advise clients to disclose, because non-disclosure can lead to a whole lot of other issues, like non-compliance, as I mentioned. So if I haven't disclosed to my partner or to my family, if they're around, I won't be able to take my tablets. So disclosure is very much important. And Nakona, we also help because remember, you can't say only advise the client to just disclose the benefits of disclosure, but just leave it at there. We need to take the client through that journey, and also address the barriers for the client to to
Yeah.
disclose.
Okay. And I want to say, should everyone that test disclose? I think it's sort of like you've answered that. It was a double-edged question, really, because then it is important for them to adhere to medication, for them to be virally suppressed, because at the end, that's where we headed in terms of those that are HIV positive to get to a U equals U status. Agreed. For them to disclose.
Yes, for them to disclose is very important because, as I've mentioned, non-disclosure also contributes to in non-compliance.
Yeah.
It contributes to non-compliance. So then it means in some instances, I've seen where non-disclosure that it does contribute to unsuppressed viral.
Yes, got you. Nonetheless, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And that is the Benedictor Nhlapho from Orampho Nhlapho. Speaking on all things testing, you should go out there and get yourself tested. Testing should be for free.
It's free of charge.
Mahala. Make sure that you get yourself tested. Listen, I'm going to see you on the next conversation as we talk all things HIV and disclosure. And we'll be then having a social worker as well, or social workers from Orampho and to give us a sense of how should clients adhere and what then is the journey for somebody that has tested HIV positive. Until then, happy streaming. Bye.